All right, so let's jump right into this deep dive.
Okay.
All about setting you up for financial success.
Sounds good.
Specifically, we're focusing on wealth building strategies for those of you in your 20s and 30s.
Yeah,
You know who you are, and judging by the material you sent over, it seems like you're ready to get a head start on building wealth,
definitely.
which is a brilliant move, by the way.
Absolutely. Time is truly your secret weapon when it comes to building wealth.
Okay.
The sooner you get started, the more you can harness the incredible power of compound interest. It's like setting your money up to grow exponentially.
Exponential growth. That definitely has my attention. I think we need to break this down a bit further.
All right.
Why is starting early so crucial for long-term financial well-being?
Well, it's all about putting time on your side and letting your money work for you, even while you sleep. The earlier you start investing,
Okay.
the more time your money has to grow, and those gains start generating their own gains. It's like planting a tree. The sooner you plant it,
Right.
the taller and stronger it becomes.
So it's not just about saving a few bucks here and there.
Right.
It's about setting those savings in motion and letting them multiply over time.
Exactly. Think about it this way. Let's say you invest $5,000 every year, starting at age 25, with an average annual return of 7%. Now, that might not seem like a huge amount right now,
Right.
but by the time you reach 65, you're looking at over $1 million.
$1 million.
Yeah.
That's incredible. But what if you waited just 10 years to start investing? Let's say at 35. What kind of impact would that have?
Well, let's crunch the numbers. If you started at 35, even with the same annual investment and rate of return,
Yeah.
you'd end up with around $435,000 by 65.
Okay.
Still a respectable sum, of course,
Sure.
but significantly less than the million you'd have by starting a decade earlier.
Wow, that's a pretty stark difference. That extra 10 years of compounding really packs a punch.
Yeah.
I think our listener might be rethinking their weekend spending habits right about now.
It's amazing, right? Those early years are absolutely critical.
Yeah.
And beyond the numbers, building wealth in your 20s and 30s is also about establishing good financial habits
Okay.
that'll benefit you throughout your life.
So it's a bit like building a solid foundation for your financial future.
Absolutely.
But where do we even begin? What are the essential building blocks we need to lay down first?
It all starts with one fundamental principle: living below your means.
Yeah.
Now, I know this might sound like a buzzkill, but it's not about deprivation.
Right.
It's about making conscious choices about your spending and prioritizing saving and investing.
So resisting the urge to keep up with the Joneses and their fancy new gadgets.
Exactly. It's about aligning your spending with your long-term goals and making sure you're not living paycheck to paycheck.
That makes sense. But how do you actually put this into practice? Any practical tips for someone just starting out?
Absolutely. Start by tracking your expenses. You can use a budgeting app, a spreadsheet, or even just a good old-fashioned notebook. The key is to understand where your money is going,
Right.
so you can identify areas where you might be able to cut back.
Okay. Track and then tackle. Got it. But let's be honest, a lot of people in their 20s and 30s are still carrying some debt. Maybe student loans or credit card balances. How do we factor that into the equation?
You're absolutely right. Debt is a common hurdle, and it's important to address it strategically. High-interest debt, like credit card debt,
Yeah.
can really eat into your potential earnings. So tackling that should be a top priority.
But where do you even start when you might be juggling multiple debts?
Right.
Any strategies you recommend?
Two popular methods are the debt avalanche and the debt snowball. With the avalanche method,
Okay.
you focus on paying down the debt with the highest interest rate first,
Got it.
while making minimum payments on your other debts. This approach saves you the most money on interest charges over the long run.
So it's a more analytical approach, targeting the most expensive debt first.
Right.
What about the snowball method?
The debt snowball focuses on building momentum.
Yeah.
You start by paying off your smallest debt first, regardless of interest rate. This gives you a quick win, and that sense of accomplishment can be really motivating. Then you take the amount you were paying on that debt and roll it into paying down your next smallest debt, and so on.
Interesting. So it's more about the psychological boost of seeing progress early on. I can see how that could be helpful for staying motivated.
Exactly. Finding a method that keeps you engaged and excited about your progress is key to staying on track.
Okay, so we've started tracking our spending. We're chipping away at our high-interest debt.
Right.
What's the next step in building this solid financial foundation?
Before you jump into serious investing, it's crucial to have a financial safety net. We're talking about an emergency fund.
The financial equivalent of a superhero's cape. But how much should we aim to have in this emergency fund?
Ideally, you want to have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses stashed away in a high-yield savings account.
Okay.
This acts as a buffer against unexpected life events like job loss, medical emergencies, or car repairs.
So it's like having a cushion to fall back on, which brings peace of mind and prevents those unexpected expenses from derailing your entire financial plan.
Precisely. Think of it as your financial peace of mind.
I like that.
It allows you to take calculated risks and make bold moves knowing you have that safety net in place.
All right, so we've got our spending in check, we're tackling our debt, and we've got our emergency fund ready for action. It sounds like we're finally ready to get to the exciting part,
Yeah.
investing.
Yes, it's time to put that hard-earned money to work for you.
Let's do it. I'm already feeling more empowered and financially savvy.
That's the spirit. But before we jump into specific investment strategies, let's lay the groundwork for understanding how to maximize those retirement accounts that you probably already have access to.
Perfect retirement might seem far off, but I know it's never too early to start planning. Plus, I'm all about taking advantage of free money opportunities.
Exactly. So stay tuned as we delve into the world of 401ks and IRAs and how you can make the most of these powerful savings tools. Welcome back. We left off talking about the importance of retirement accounts
Right.
and how they can be a powerful tool for building long-term wealth.
Absolutely. Retirement might seem like a lifetime away,
Yeah.
but I'm all about taking advantage of any opportunity to get a head start and let that compound interest magic work its wonders.
Smart thinking. And when it comes to retirement accounts, two of the most common and accessible options are 401ks and IRAs. Let's start with the 401k, which is typically offered through your employer.
Okay, 401k. It's a term I've definitely heard thrown around, but I'm not entirely sure how it works. Can you break it down for us?
Of course. With a 401k, you contribute a portion of your pre-tax income to the account, meaning you're actually reducing your taxable income in the present.
Okay.
This money then grows tax deferred until you withdraw it in retirement.
So it's like getting a tax break now. And letting those savings grow undisturbed until I'm ready to enjoy my golden years sounds like a win-win to me.
Exactly. And here's where it gets even better. Many employers offer a matching contribution to your 401k, meaning they'll match a certain percentage of your contributions. It's essentially free money.
Free money. Now you're really speaking my language. I'm definitely not one to turn down free money. So we've got tax benefits, potential employer matching. What's not to love about a 401k?
They're a fantastic tool, especially if you're just starting out.
Okay.
Now let's move on to IRAs, or individual retirement accounts. These are accounts you can open independently, giving you more control and flexibility.
So even if my employer doesn't offer a 401k, or if I want to save even more for retirement, I can open an IRA on my own.
That's right. You have a couple of options with IRAs, traditional and Roth. A traditional IRA works similarly to a 401k in that your contributions are pre-tax, reducing your taxable income now, and your money grows tax deferred.
Okay, that sounds familiar. So what's the deal with a Roth IRA? What makes it different?
With a Roth IRA, you contribute after tax dollars, meaning you don't get an immediate tax deduction. However, the beauty of a Roth IRA is that your qualified withdrawals in retirement are tax-free.
Wait, so all those years of growth and compounding, I wouldn't owe any taxes on that money when I withdraw it in retirement. Sign me up.
It can be a huge advantage, especially if you anticipate being in a higher tax bracket later in life. It all comes down to your individual circumstances and financial goals.
This is making my head spin a little, but in a good way.
Sure,
So many options and strategies to consider. It's great to have all this information at my fingertips.
it's all about finding the right mix of strategies that aligns with your risk tolerance, time horizon, and financial goals. Speaking of time, let's talk about contribution limits for these retirement accounts. For 2024, the limit for a 401k is $23,000, and for IRAs, both traditional and Roth, it's $7,000.
Okay, got it. Contribution limits noted. Now let's say I've diligently maxed out my retirement contributions for the year. What are some other smart ways to put my money to work?
That's where we start getting into the world of investing beyond retirement accounts. And for beginners, I always recommend low-cost index funds. They're a simple and effective way to invest in the broader stock market,
Okay.
providing instant diversification and typically lower risk compared to actively managed funds.
Okay, index funds, diversification. It's all starting to click. But I've heard a lot of talk about timing the market. Should I wait for a dip before investing, or is it better to just jump right in?
That's where a strategy called dollar cost averaging comes in.
Okay.
Instead of trying to time the market, which is incredibly difficult even for seasoned investors, you invest a fixed amount at regular intervals such as monthly or quarterly.
So instead of waiting for the perfect moment, I just consistently invest a set amount regardless of market fluctuation.
Exactly. This approach helps you average out your purchase price over time, reducing the impact of market volatility. It's a fantastic strategy for building wealth steadily and taking the emotion out of investing.
Dollar cost averaging, taking the emotion out of investing. I like the sound of thing. I'm all about keeping things simple and stress-free.
Yeah.
So we're maximizing our retirement contributions, we're investing in index funds, we're dollar cost averaging. What other wealth-building gems are hidden in this treasure chest?
Well, we've covered the foundations of building wealth through saving and investing in traditional accounts.
Right.
But let's not limit ourselves to just one income source.
Ooh, multiple income streams. I'm sensing this is where things start to get really interesting.
You got it. Developing multiple income streams is a key strategy for accelerating your wealth building journey and achieving financial freedom faster.
Okay, I'm all ears. How do we unlock these additional income streams?
It starts with investing in yourself and your career, continuously learning new skills,
Hmm.
seeking opportunities for advancement, and actively negotiating salary increases can significantly boost your earning potential.
So it's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter and making sure I'm being compensated fairly for my skills and contributions.
Exactly.
Mm.
Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself and seek opportunities for growth. And beyond your primary career, consider exploring side hustles that align with your passions and skills.
Side hustles. I love the idea of turning my hobbies or interests into another income stream. What are some examples of side hustles that people are successfully pursuing these days?
The possibilities are endless. Some popular options include freelancing consulting, creating online courses, or digital products, starting an e-commerce business, or even driving for a ride-sharing service.
Wow, so many options. It's inspiring to think about the potential to generate extra income while doing something I enjoy. Are there any other avenues for building wealth beyond our primary careers and side hustles? Yeah.
Absolutely. One area we haven't explored in depth yet is real estate. Investing in real estate can be a powerful way to build wealth, generate passive income, and diversify your portfolio.
Real estate. It's an area that always piqued my interest, but it also seems daunting. Where's a good place to start for someone who's new to real estate investing?
You could start small with options like real estate crowdfunding platforms, or REITs, or real estate investment trusts. These allow you to invest in real estate without having to purchase or manage properties directly.
Interesting. So I can dip my toes into the real estate market without having to become a landlord or property manager.
Exactly. And as you gain experience and knowledge, you can explore more hands-on options like rental properties or house hacking, where you live in one part of a property and rent out the other parts to offset your mortgage costs.
Oh, okay. So we've got multiple income streams flowing in from our careers, side hustles, and real estate ventures. This is getting exciting.
Yeah,
But with all this income coming in, it feels like managing our finances could become a full-time job in itself.
that's where automation comes in.
Okay,
It's like having a personal finance assistant working for you 24/7,
I like it.
making sure your money is flowing in the right direction and that you're staying on track with your financial goals.
Automation. I'm all about making my life easier, so tell me more. How can we automate our finances to work smarter, not harder?
It's simpler than you might think. Start by automating your savings and investments. You can set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings, retirement, and investment accounts each month.
So it's like paying yourself first before I even have a chance to spend that money?
Exactly. Out of sight, out of mind. And to help manage the rest of your finances, consider a simple budgeting framework like the 50-30-20 rule.
Okay, the 50-30-20 rule, I've heard of it, but I could use a refresher. How does it work?
It's a straightforward guideline that helps you allocate your after-tax income. 50% goes towards your essential needs, things like rent or mortgage payments, utilities, groceries, transportation costs.
Okay, the must-haves covered.
Yeah.
What about the remaining 50%?
30% is allocated for your wants.
Oh,
The fun stuff like entertainment, dining out, hobbies, travel, or that new gadget you've been eyeing.
so it's not about depriving myself. It's about finding a balance between enjoying life and being responsible with my finances. I can definitely get behind that. What about the final 20%?
That crucial 20% is dedicated to savings and investments. This includes contributions to your retirement accounts, building your emergency fund, paying down debt, and investing in your future.
I love it. It's a simple yet effective way to visualize where my money is going and make sure I'm prioritizing both my present needs and my future financial goals. But let's be real, sometimes, even with the best plans in place, life throws us curveballs. What are some common financial pitfalls we should be aware of and try to avoid?
One major trap is lifestyle inflation. As you earn more, it's tempting to upgrade your lifestyle, a bigger house, a fancier car, more luxurious vacations.
Right.
But this can quickly eat into your savings and derail your wealth-building progress.
It's like a sneaky thief silently stealing away our hard-earned savings. How do we outsmart this lifestyle inflation monster?
Setting clear financial goals is key. When you have a specific target in mind, whether it's a down payment on a home, early retirement, or a dream trip, you're less likely to get swept away by impulse purchases or the allure of immediate gratification.
Goals as our financial compass guiding us toward our desired destination. I like that analogy. But what about those big ticket purchases that inevitably pop up in life, like a new car, a dream vacation, or that must have gadget? How do we navigate those without completely blowing our budget?
It's all about thoughtful consideration. Before making any major purchase, take a step back and evaluate its long-term impact on your financial goals.
Yeah.
For example, let's say you're thinking of buying a home.
Ah, the great homeownership debate. It's a decision that many people in their 20s and 30s are grappling with.
Exactly. And it's not a one-size-fits-all decision. Renting might make more sense if you value flexibility, you're not sure where you want to settle down, or if housing prices are inflated in your area. On the other hand, owning a home can provide stability, potential tax benefits, and the pride of ownership.
So it's about crunching the numbers, weighing the pros and cons, and making an informed decision that aligns with your individual circumstances and goals.
Precisely. Whether it's a home, a car, or a major life decision, it's about being mindful of the long-term financial implications and making sure your choices align with your overall wealth-building strategy.
Okay, I'm feeling more confident and empowered with each step we take. We're building a solid financial foundation, automating our finances, and making intentional choices about our spending. It's like we're finally in control of our money instead of letting it control us.
That's the goal. But remember, building wealth is a journey, not a destination. It's about making smart choices, consistently being patient, and always keeping your long-term goals in mind.
I'm ready for the journey. What's next on this exciting path to financial freedom?
Now that we've covered the fundamentals of building and protecting wealth, it's time to delve into some more advanced strategies that can help you accelerate your progress and potentially supercharge your returns. Think real estate beyond the basics and exploring investment options beyond index funds. But that's a conversation for our next segment, so stay tuned.
We're back and ready to level up our wealth building game. It's time to explore those advanced strategies you teased earlier. I'm all ears. What's next on our financial adventure?
Well, now that we've covered the fundamentals of building and protecting wealth,
Right.
let's shift our focus to actively growing it.
Okay.
We're talking about exploring investment options that can potentially supercharge your returns and accelerate your path to financial freedom.
Okay, supercharge my returns. Now you're speaking my language. But I have to admit, I'm also a little intimidated. Are we talking about risky ventures here? High-stakes investments that could make or break my financial future?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
While any investment carries some level of risk,
Right.
the key is to make informed decisions based on your risk tolerance, time horizon, and financial goals.
Yeah.
We'll explore a range of options, from more conservative approaches to those with higher growth potential. But the emphasis will always be on making smart, calculated moves.
Okay, that makes me feel better. Informed decisions, calculated moves. I can definitely get behind that. So let's dive in. What's the first strategy on our advanced wealth building menu?
Let's start by revisiting real estate. We touched on rental properties and house hacking earlier, but there's a whole world of real estate investment opportunities beyond the traditional home ownership model.
Ooh, real estate.
Yeah.
It's always a hot topic, and I'm eager to explore those more advanced options. What are we talking about here?
Think bigger commercial real estate development projects, even investing in real estate investment trusts or REITs.
Okay.
These can offer diversification and potentially higher returns compared to residential properties,
Right.
but they also come with their own unique set of risks and considerations.
Okay, expanding my real estate horizons beyond the single-family home. I like it. But before we get too deep into REITs, can you back up and explain what they are and how they work?
Of course, a REIT, or real estate investment trust, is a company that owns, operates, or finances income-producing real estate. REITs allow individual investors to pool their money and invest in large-scale real estate projects without having to buy or manage properties directly.
So it's like having a piece of the real estate pie without having to bake the whole thing myself?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there are different types of REITs to consider. Equity REITs own and operate income-producing real estate, such as shopping malls, office buildings, and apartment complexes. Mortgage REITs, on the other hand, provide financing for real estate projects and earn income from the interest on those loans.
Interesting. So I could choose to invest in REITs that focus on specific types of properties or those that provide financing. Lots of options to explore. But what about venturing into the stock market beyond index funds? I'm ready to graduate to the next level of investing.
As you become more comfortable with investing,
Mm-hmm.
you can certainly explore individual stocks, bonds, or even exchange-traded funds, ETFs, that focus on specific sectors or industries.
Okay.
This allows you to target your investments based on your research insights and risk appetite.
Okay. Starting to feel like a Wall Street pro here.
Right.
But with more advanced investments comes, well, more risk, right? How do I make sure I'm not taking on more risk than I can handle?
That's a crucial point. With greater potential rewards often comes greater risk. It's essential to do your research, understand the potential downsides, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Diversification is also key. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Hmm.
Spread your investments across different asset classes, sectors, and geographic regions to mitigate risk.
Diversification,
Yeah.
spreading the risk. Got it. So I'm diversifying my portfolio, exploring new investment avenues. What other advanced strategies can I add to my arsenal?
Consider exploring alternative investments,
Okay.
like private equity, venture capital, or even collectibles.
Interesting.
These can offer unique opportunities for growth, but often come with higher risk, less liquidity, and typically require a larger initial investment.
Alternative investments. It sounds intriguing, but definitely requires a deeper understanding before diving in.
Absolutely. And that's why it's crucial to seek advice from financial professionals, conduct thorough research, and continuously educate yourself about different investment options. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to making smart financial decisions.
So it's not just about following the crowd or jumping on the latest investment trend. It's about making informed decisions that align with my individual goals and risk tolerance.
Precisely. And as you continue on your wealth building journey,
Yeah.
remember to stay adaptable, stay informed, and always keep learning. The financial landscape is constantly evolving, and the most successful investors are those who embrace change and continuously seek new opportunities.
I love that. It's not a set it and forget it approach. It's about actively engaging with my finances, making strategic decisions along the way, and always striving to expand my knowledge and understanding. But before we wrap up, any final words of wisdom for our listener who's eager to build a brighter financial future?
Imagine yourself 10 years from now. What would your future self thank you for doing today?
Ooh,
That's the question to keep in mind as you make financial choices. By taking action now, investing in yourself, and embracing the power of compound growth, you can create a future filled with financial security and freedom.
powerful words. It's a reminder that we have the power to shape our financial destiny starting today. It's about making smart choices, staying disciplined, and never giving up on our dreams of a brighter financial future.
And remember, you don't have to do it alone. There are resources available from financial advisors to online communities to support you on your journey.
That's right. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into building wealth. Remember, time is your greatest asset, so start investing in yourself and your future today.